Hi there, long time no talk. I have been really busy, sorry. Clearly some things have changed since my last video, and sorry, I clearly was not that prepared. I wanted to do a video showing my nighttime skincare routine because I was talking about it with a friend, and I happen to find skincare very relaxing. I know a lot of people are the same way. I don't know how I'm going to film all parts of this. I might have to kind of cut in between a couple of times. But I'm going to start by just going through the products that I use. I'll just show you my whole routine. I have quite an extensive routine, particularly on days like today where I wore makeup to work, so I have to take my makeup off. So the first thing, it's been so long since I did that, is this Bad Habit Nightly Cleansing Balm. This is the OMZ Acai Nightly Cleansing Balm, and it is purple. You know the funny thing about this trigger? I'm not even a huge fan of it. I'm a much bigger fan of unintentional ASMR. So really intentional things like tapping don't really do it for me, but I know it's popular. So that is what I use to take my makeup off, and then I use this Bad Habit, what is this called again? This is a newer product for me. Good as New AHA BHA Creamy Cleanser. This is a alpha hydroxy acid and beta hydroxy acid cleanser, and the lid is really gross, sorry, but it's actually like a sparkly purple cleanser, but it's very brightening for the skin, kind of helps to resurface the skin, but it's also pretty gentle. It has lavender in it, so it's nice and soothing on the skin as well. This doesn't really bother my skin the way most AHA products do. I shouldn't say like most. AHA in general is going to cause a little bit of a burn. Sorry, I had to pause there. I had a little coughing fit and now my eyes are watering, but moving on. AHA and BHA products or chemical peel products are chemical exfoliants, so they help to kind of exfoliate the skin, but what is the word that I'm looking for? It kind of like eats away at the dead skin cells on your face, on your skin, so that it kind of just rinses off with water, which sounds scary, and it can be, especially more I want to say Dermalogica because that's the brand that I used when I was in school. I went to school for skincare. Oh my god, I can't think of the word. Anyway, dermatologist grade chemical peels can be dangerous to use if you're not trained in how to remove them and how to use them and where not to use them. So I don't recommend them for everyone, but products like these that are sold in stores for, particularly if it's for all ages, are safer to use, but still use them with caution. If you're ever using anything that has AHA, BHA, LHA, any of the hydroxy acids, definitely perform a patch test first. Just do like a little small section of skin, test it, rinse it off, wait 24 hours and see if you have any kind of adverse reaction. And also don't use it if you're using retinol products as well, which I know is common in a lot of anti-aging skincare as well. Okay, moving on. Sorry for the little tangent. I get really big into the ingredients of skincare, so forgive me if I go off on any of those tangents. So I wash my face with those two products, and then this is also a newer product for me. I don't know how much it's really been doing for my skin, but I've been using it anyway. And I think maybe it's calming. I'm honestly not really sure, but it's also Bad Habit. It's the Keep Calm Adaptogen Soothing Toner. You can see it's like a milky green color. And it has, if I remember correctly, there's holy basil, oat extract. I was trying to see if it said on here somewhere, but I think it only said it on the box. Holy basil, oat extract, and there's something else that's in here that's supposed to be like soothing for the skin, and it's not lavender. But I like it, other than it doesn't feel as luxurious as the toner that I was using before this, but I switched to only using that during the daytime because I felt like I was going through it really quickly, which I could do a video on my daytime skincare as well if y'all are interested. But for now, just going over my nighttime. Sorry, I think I have a pimple coming up on my chin. That's annoying. So that's after my cleanser, and then I do my AHA serum. This is, again, a newer product for me. The rest of this is my usual products that I use. So this is the Bad Habit Repair Mode AHA BHA Night Serum. This does inflame my skin. It does irritate it because it's a higher concentration of AHAs and BHAs. I can show you another product that I use, not nightly, not daily, that's an AHA product. That's probably the strongest concentration because it's a mask. This is still not too bad, and I think it helps that I follow it up with more soothing products afterwards, and I preface it by using that soothing toner. So it's kind of like sandwiched between two more gentle products. But I'll show you what it looks like. It's bright blue, which it actually gets some of its color. It does have some artificial dyes in it, unfortunately, but some of its color comes from a blue algae, like a blue spirulina. But it's nice. I like the feel of it. It does have a very like luxurious feel to it when you're putting it on. And it definitely has helped with like my skin texture. And then after that, I do my eye cream, which this is the Sweet Chef, finally not a Bad Habit product. I know I have a lot of Bad Habit in my nighttime skincare. This is almost the only nighttime skincare product that I use that's not Bad Habit. This is the Sweet Chef Turmeric and Vitamin C Booster Eye Cream, and as you can see, it's almost empty, which I probably won't be repurchasing this, not because it's a bad product, it's just not really a product that's for me. It's really meant to be more brightening for the under eyes and to prevent dark circles. I don't really have dark circles. My area of concern with my under eyes is hydration, which this does help with, but I have these lines, these creases under my eyes, which is genetic. I've had them my whole life, but they have gotten worse as I've gotten older, and particularly because I'm somebody who likes to tug on my eyes when I'm doing my makeup, I make it worse. And also because I just have these big cheeks. But that's more my area of concern, is those deep creases and then puffiness, which my daytime eye cream helps with that a little bit more than my nighttime. But I do still like to use it to keep my under eyes hydrated. It also provides a nice barrier so that I'm not getting that AHA product too close to my eyes. Another thing that I should have mentioned with that, do not get chemical peel products, AHA, BHA, LHA, PHA, any hydroxy acid products, anything that says acid really, don't put it anywhere near your eyes. You only have one set of eyes, please protect them. Also, because I remember reading it on the back now, I forgot to mention, as well as not using retinol products when you're using AHA products, you need to wear a sunscreen after you've used AHA products and retinol products, actually. Limit your sun exposure as much as possible. That really goes without saying, whether it's products or not, like please wear sunscreen. It's very important, especially if you're more fair like me, but people with darker skin tones also need to be wearing sunscreen. You are more protected because of higher melanin in your skin, but you are not invincible to the effects of sun rays, UVA and UVB, as well as UVC, which is the blue light that we are more familiar with now than we were before. Sorry, I keep having like little coughing fits. Next, I use the Bad Habit Power Sleep. This is my favorite product for winter. It's a miracle product in my opinion, and it smells so good. I'm running really low, but I actually refill this little jar out of my big jar of product that I have because it just fits into my cabinet better. But this is melatonin and glycolic acid. Glycolic acid is not a hydroxy acid, so it is not a resurfacing acid. It actually is similar to hyaluronic acid, not similar as in they have similar properties, but I actually don't remember how to explain what glycolic acid does, but it's not a eating acid, it's a hydration acid, if that makes sense. I think it's similar to glycerin. I think they're related somehow. I don't remember this ingredient enough. And the melatonin in this is not what you like, similar to what you would take. I mean, it's the same ingredient, but what you would take to get to sleep. It's not going to make you feel sleepy, but it is going to be calming and soothing for the skin, which is why I like using it after using all of these AHA products. But on top of that, it's just super moisturizing. I need the tiniest bit, and it makes my skin like baby soft. I love this product. And then last, well, sort of last, is my Bad Habit Dude Oil. So this is a hemp oil. I believe it has a blend of a couple of things in it, a couple of different ingredients, but the main ingredient is hemp oil, which is derived from cannabis. Obviously, it doesn't have any THC content to it. I don't even believe it really has a very strong CBD content, not enough for it to be considered pharmaceutical, and it doesn't have a like CBD or THC percentage on the product. It is not a CBD product. It is only derived from hemp. Similar to, if you've ever seen the brand Hemp's, it's a lotion brand. I think they make other stuff too, but it's just a moisturizing oil, and this is hella moisturizing. This is an older bottle, so it's kind of starting to smell bad, but I'm literally down to like the last drops of this product basically. But I have another one that I bought in a pack. For the last two products, they're less skincare, but still skincare. And they're the other product that I have that is not Bad Habit, and that is from Fourth Ray Beauty, which is ColourPop's skincare brand. The Strawberry Lip Scrub. Just looks like that. And the Strawberry Lip Mask. I actually use this all the time, especially during winter because my lips get super dry and chapped. You can see I've used quite a bit of it, and this is pretty new, but I'm a huge fan of this. I like a lot of the Fourth Ray Beauty lip masks. I have a few of them now. I actually want more. But that is my entire skincare lineup. I'm probably gonna cut and wash my face. I don't really have a good way of showing that because I just don't have the angle for it, but I will go do that and then I will come back and I'll do the rest of it. I lied. I am going to show a little bit of it. I hope that the water running is not too loud, but this is the makeup foam, and I wanted to show you how easily it takes off the makeup. So I just press my hands over my eyes, and I do like to let it just kind of sit for a little bit. I'll kind of gently massage, not putting a ton of pressure, but I am trying to dissolve mostly the mascara because it is a little bit tougher. Sorry, I just wanted to lower the water. I'm trying to get the water to heat up because I do like some warmer water to help take off my makeup. But just using my ring finger, your ring finger applies the lightest pressure when you're touching the area around your eyes. Always want to use your ring finger. And you can see it melts off like regular makeup really easily. Eyebrows, eyeshadow, concealer, face makeup. But mascara, you do need to give it a little wiggle. I like to kind of drag up rather than down. And then some of this will come off as well when we emulsify it with a little bit of water. And you'll see it kind of turns, oh, I forgot to take my watch off. Kind of turns a little bit milky when you add water. I probably look crazy making all kinds of demon faces. I always forget how silly you look when you're just kind of doing your thing and you can't see what you look like. Just adding a little more water. I don't really wear any foundation anymore, but I do still wear concealer. So I don't focus too much on the rest of my face, mostly just around my eyes. I'll focus on my face when I do my AHA cleanser. Alright, I'm gonna rinse off and do my AHA cleanser. So now I can actually show you what the cleanser looks like. Looks like that. And it's got like a shimmer to it, which the shimmer is from mica, which I know that my eyes are burning because I was opening them when I was using the balm. But I know that some people are sensitive to mica or allergic to mica, so just pay attention to what's in your skincare products. If you know that you are sensitive. This brand also does have fragrance in it. I know that there are people who are very sensitive to fragrance. And in full disclosure, it does contain microplastics, which aren't great for the environment, but they do provide a more silken feel to the products, and they also provide longevity for the shelf life. Okay, and again, making sure I don't get it anywhere near my eyes, and I'm going to rinse off. This is a makeup eraser cloth that I use to pat my face dry, and I will also go up around my eyes just to make sure that every last little bit is removed. Also, I promise that this is mostly clean. I have used it, but it's also just stained from several uses. And I like to pat my face, especially after using the AHA cleanser, because it's already sensitized. So I don't like to drag it around my face too much. Okay. Sorry, this is really coming off. Okay, one moment. So I took the headband off. It was actually annoying me because it kept slipping. I normally leave it on for the whole time, but for some reason I think my hair is just too flipped up in the back, so it's not holding it down. So I took it off. I'm still really torn on how to use this toner. I believe, yeah, it says dispense into palm or a cotton pad. I'm not really sure how I like using it. It doesn't really spread very far, so I feel like putting it in my palms isn't really working, but neither is putting it on a cotton pad. I think I'm just really not used to this product, because the product that I was using before just was so like smooth and silky, And this just kind of isn't that. But I feel like I've gotten the most success by just kind of patting it onto the face with a cotton pad. And then just pressing it into the skin with my fingertips. Yeah, it just feels like I can't quite spread it around. I don't know. Again, I feel like I'm very used to the toner that I was using before. And this one just isn't quite cutting it for me, but I'll probably continue to use it. It is still doing like beneficial things for my skin, even if it doesn't feel like it is. But I'm somebody who believes that skincare should be a very sensory experience. So next is my AHA serum. Which, when you're using products with droppers, you shouldn't let the dropper touch your skin, touch your face, even though it is freshly cleansed. I also don't really recommend having it touch your hands or your fingers or anything like that. So the way that I apply products with droppers is I tilt and drip from above. Which, as I mentioned, these AHA products do irritate my skin. They are meant to, not that that's like the primary focus, but it is, what's the word I'm looking for? Expected. It's normal. It's not something that should be alarming if you're using AHA products for the first time and they are burning and irritating your skin. It's to be expected. But if you are in a lot of pain, that is not. And especially if you are seeing what appears to be chemical burns on your skin, you should definitely rinse that off as soon as possible. And for my forehead, I don't know if I showed it properly, but I still didn't let the dropper touch my skin. I just dropped from above onto my fingertips and then applied. So you are probably going to see my skin turn a little bit red, but that's okay. It doesn't hurt that bad. It's just like a mild sting. My skin feels sticky though. I think I put too much of the toner maybe? I'm not sure, but annoying. Okay, and eye cream. Sorry, I'm blind as a bat, so I can't see what any of my products are. So I would ideally prefer to have some kind of like a scoop or something for this, but I can't find any of mine. I don't know where they all went, but I am just taking some on my fingertip. I don't use a lot of this because, again, the key ingredients of my eye cream are really not doing anything for me. So I'm just using it to hydrate my under eyes pretty much. I have another eye cream that's in storage that's unopened right now. I don't even remember what the brand is called, but I'm waiting to use that once this is all used up. I honestly thought that the glass would sound better. Okay, and my Melatonin Glycolic acid cream. I also don't use a ton of this because it is so moisturizing. I do have very dry skin, but I prefer to go with a lighter hand at first, and then I can always add a little bit more, as opposed to overloading my skin and then not really being able to take it off without completely washing my face again. You can see some of that redness from the AHA serum. do like to take a little bit of product down my neck as well. I believe they say that the two places that show age first are your hands and your neck. I might have that wrong. I know hands is one of them, but I swear neck is another one too. Then my dude oil. Which this one is so low, I'm like barely getting anything into the dropper anymore. Really does not smell good anymore. It normally has a very nice smell to it, but it's just kind of starting to go bad. This bottle's about, I want to say 6 to 8 months old, so probably doesn't have a very long shelf life. And I do about 2 drops per side of my face, and I kind of spread that a little bit across my chin and my nose, and then I just drip a couple into my hand for my forehead, and then I'll distribute down as well. Always using light pressure with your hands as well. You don't ever want to be like scrubbing at your face, just kind of gently. And I'm a hypocrite because I don't really do it, but lifting motions is really what you want. You usually don't want to be like dragging the skin down as you're working with it. Always want to move with lifting strokes from the center of the face to the outside. But I don't really do that either because I just don't have the forethought for it. And then my fingers are all slippery. My lip scrub, strawberry lip scrub. Which I don't do this too often because I find that using the lip mask is enough to keep my lips from getting chapped and flaky. And doing this too often, I think, gives me breakouts around my mouth from all the sugar. Which I also just don't. I'm not a huge fan of how lip scrubs feel. And they're messy and annoying, but I like the taste of this one. And it goes with the lip mask. It doesn't say anything about whether it's actually edible or not, but most lip scrubs honestly are not, even though they use sugar. The only one that I know for sure that is from Lush, because all of theirs, sorry I have to sneeze, are just like castor oil and cane sugar with like not essential oils, like flavor oils to make them scented or flavored. And then the lip mask, which I always grab way too much of this. You really need just a tiny amount because it's like super plush and pillowy. And even on my lips, I use my ring finger kind of just out of habit, but it's always a good forethought to have, just to be gentle with your skin. Similar to your eyes, I was gonna say it's the only skin that you get, but that's kind of not true, since your skin is constantly producing new cells and what's the word that I'm looking for? But like discarding those dead skin cells. Technically, you're always producing new skin, so technically not the only skin that you get, but still treat it with kindness anyway, as you should yourself. One thing that I forgot, I don't really do this that often, especially since this is more for the lashes, but when I've tried to use it for my lashes, it really irritated my eyes. but I read the ingredients of the lash serum and the brow serum, and they're exactly the same. So sometimes I use this Grande Lash brow. I mean, this is for the lashes, but again, same formula. And I just go through my brows with it. I actually wound up giving this to my mom because her eyebrows fell out because she had an issue with her thyroid. And it did help. It helped her grow back her eyebrows. And I've noticed that it just makes mine just a little bit healthier. It's not the most effective tool, honestly. It would be better with a spoolie. But like I said, this is the lash serum, so you're kind of just meant to like trace it along your lash line. But my eyes were so red and so sore after I used it, I just didn't want to chance it again. Okay, so that is my nighttime skincare routine. That is not including any masks that I usually do. Sometimes I do under eye gels. I have an entire like Google Doc of my skincare routine if you are interested in seeing it. Let me put my glasses back on actually. But I have a couple of different masks that I use. Oh, that reminds me, I forgot I was going to do this. So these are two of the masks that I use. These are the little travel size ones. I have a lot of the travel size things because I just prefer the portability of them, even though it makes more sense to get the large size. But I just have a small bathroom cabinet that I keep all of my products in. I don't know why this one is like leaking. There's like water trapped in it. But I have again, these are both Bad Habit, surprise, surprise. But the Silent Mode Hyaluronic Acid Mask, this is a super cool mask. It's obviously really good for I shouldn't say obviously, if you don't know what hyaluronic acid is, it's not obvious. Hyaluronic acid is a super, super hydrating ingredient. It's actually what helps keep water in your skin. So it's what gives you that like plump, full appearance to your skin, keeps the moisture in your skin basically. But it's a really cool mask. I call it an indicator, which is not an indicator in the way that I have a hard time explaining this, but there's indicator is something that is used to discuss like pH balances. So it can tell you whether something is acidic or is alkaline. It's not an indicator in that way, but it's a good indicator in how dry your skin is. If you put this mask all over your face, it will suck up any spot that your skin is more dry. So for me, when I put this mask on, my cheeks, the mask will completely disappear, but it'll mostly be left on my nose and on my chin and a little bit on my forehead, because these are my oilier sections of skin and these are my drier sections of skin. So it's a really nice beginner mask so that you can see really where you need to target those areas more with certain products, whether you need to use like a nose strip, which by the way, I don't recommend those, but I know that they're popular. If you want to use more of like a clay mask in those oily areas, usually like a T-zone is very common, and more hydrating ingredients or hydrating products in your drier areas. And then the other mask that I use is the Total Reboot. This is that AHA BHA chemical peel that I mentioned. It's to make it a little bit less scary than calling it a chemical peel, because I know that sometimes that can be a bit intimidating for people. It's an enzyme peel, which means that it contains fruit enzymes, and those fruit enzymes are very acidic, as the name implies, of being an acid, but they eat away at the skin on your face so that it kind of just like dissolves off, so that it reveals the brighter, newer, fresher layers of skin underneath that duller, dry, dead layer of skin that we all have on the surface of our skin. It is just a chemical version of an exfoliant as opposed to a physical exfoliant, which is something that would have like that scrubby texture to it. Think like St. Ives scrub, which if you're not familiar, please don't use St. Ives scrub. It is really, really bad for your skin. It contains any product, any scrub that contains walnut shell, ground walnut shell, is creating micro tears in your face, which can really contribute to blemishes, infections, scars. It's really, really not good for your skin at all. So please don't use it. That's kind of why I prefer it's kind of a double-edged sword when it comes to chemical exfoliants versus physical exfoliants. Physical exfoliants can cause those micro tears if it doesn't contain the right ingredients to it, and chemical exfoliants can cause chemical burns if you don't use them correctly, or if they're too strong, or if you have really sensitive skin. In general, exfoliation is a difficult skincare step for those who have sensitive skin because you are more prone to be reactive. Anyway, getting back to this, it's a super, super brightening mask. It does have a little bit of a physical exfoliant to it as well, which, by the way, can sometimes be called a manual exfoliant. I forgot to mention that. But it has bamboo extract in it, so it does have a little bit of a scrubby texture, but it's super, super, super fine, and you really only feel it or experience it as you're washing it off. This does have the highest concentration of AHA out of all of the AHA products that I use, and it does sit on the skin for 10 to 20 minutes, so it is getting the most prolonged contact. Although technically the AHA serum has the most prolonged contact, but it's also lower in value, and I believe that the cleanser has the lowest value. It doesn't say any sort of a percentage on it, but just based on the amount of like burn from using the products, you can kind of tell. So yeah, that was my nighttime skincare routine. Also, if you noticed this stupid sleep shirt that I'm wearing, this is my favorite t-shirt. It's just this like really, really oversized men's t-shirt that I've had literally since I was, I think, like 8 or 9. You can imagine how big it was on me when I was 8 or 9 years old. It is absolutely disgusting. It's falling apart. This is all just like rubbing off, but it is super soft. It's my favorite sleep shirt. And I guess I could have worn something nicer, but I was just excited to make this video. So I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please let me know if you would like to see my daytime skincare routine, or if you have any questions about skincare, if you want to know more about skincare, please ask, and I will totally make a video about it, because I love talking about skincare, as you can tell. I actually, just for a little bit of insight, I went to school for skincare. I went to school to become an esthetician and to get my makeup certification. I did get my makeup certification, and I did graduate from cosmetology school with in the skincare program, but as it turns out, I started pursuing a career. It's kind of hard to explain. In New Jersey, where I live, you have to take your written exam, and then 3 to 6 months from taking the written exam, you get called in to do your practical exam, which is where you perform a facial and a waxing and makeup application on another person, and you are graded on that, and then that is how you get your esthetician's license, which your esthetician's license is something that you have to pay for every year to maintain your license. And I realized after I graduated from school that I really didn't want to be an esthetician. I really wasn't interested in facial waxing or any kind of waxing. I wasn't really interested in giving facials. I loved skincare and learning about the ingredients and for my own purposes, but it wasn't really something that I was interested in pursuing. So in the end, I made the decision to not get my esthetician's license. I passed my written exam. That was super easy, but I wound up never going for my physical exam. So I do not have my esthetician's license. I am not licensed as an esthetician, but I do still have all of that knowledge from school and knowledge that I've gained myself just from researching products and researching skincare on my own. So just as a full disclaimer that I am not a licensed esthetician, so my advice and my knowledge on this is not from a professional standpoint, just so we're clear on that. But regardless, I hope that you enjoyed this video. And again, if you would like to see more videos about skincare or just in general from me, I know that I don't really post on here, but if you would like to see those, let me know. Have a good night.